Hi everyone, Steven here, and today I'm going to exchange my old thermostat for the new Ecobee 4 that we got. I did the install because we have two thermostats in the house, one upstairs and one downstairs. So today I'm going to show you how to install the one downstairs here if you have a C-wire. If you don't, you're actually going to need the power cable extender kit right here that comes with the Ecobee 4. I'm not going to show you that. So if you don't have a C-wire underneath here, and you can actually just usually check by lifting off that, and if you actually see in these wires here that it has a C wire right here, that's the power wire to the actual unit, then this video is going to help you with that. If you don't have that and you actually have to use this extender, you're most likely going to want to find another video that's going to go in depth with that, because I'm not going to show you how to do that in this video. But before I start uninstalling this one and installing the new Ecobee 4, let's go ahead and cut, and I'm going to show you exactly what comes in the package that you get. Alright, so here's the packaging for the Ecobee. Go ahead and take this out. Comes in this box. Once you open up this, there it is. So you have the Ecobee, and then you actually have the extra sensor here. You see the pins on the back, and then this is the speaker for Alexa. Extra sensor. You got to pull that tab to kickstart it with the battery. Remove this, and then you actually have all the instructions right here. Okay, so removing some of these, the main one you need to know about right here is going to be this booklet, and this is very helpful and useful with step-by-step instructions on how you're going to install this. It was actually way simpler than I thought it was going to be, but you need that. And then in here also is your faceplate if you want it. Okay, so you don't have to use it. I'm going to use mine on this. And then inside here, so this is where you're actually going to plug all of your wires, and it actually has a level on it. So if it's crooked, it's going to let you know, which is awesome because it takes kind of the guesswork out of doing that or extra steps that you would need to do. This is the adapter if you don't have the C-wire that you're going to need, and like I said, you're going to have to watch another video if you want to use that, or if you have to use that. And then it has the screws and the wall anchors there for you, and then this is actually a stand for this, so that creates the stand for the extra sensor if you want it to be propped up somewhere. So this is all of the stuff that comes with the Ecobee 4 here. So far loving this, but let's go ahead and get into the actual install for this if you have the C-wire. Alright, so before you actually get started on the install, one of the things you're going to want to do is actually turn off your heating unit. So we see the two blinking lights here, which just lets me know everything's working fine. There should be a switch by this. Just turn off the switch, those turn off, and then now I'm ready to go and install the actual thermostat. So let's go ahead and cut over to that now. Alright, so now we're at the actual thermostat, and we can take this off now. You can see there's no power to it, so I can just pop this right off like this. One of the things that you're going to want to do before you start unplugging anything is you actually want to take a photo of this. That way you know which wires are which, just in case, or if something happens and you need to change something up. It's just a good safety precaution before you actually get into this. Now, once we're here, mine are actually kind of screwed in. I can't just yank them out, so I'm going to have to unscrew all of these so that I can pull that out. And one of the cool things is that this actually comes with some labels, so you don't have to memorize that. As I pull it out, I'll actually just put one of these stickers on there, and I know which one is which. So let's go ahead and get into that. Alright, so now we have all of our wires pulled out. They're all labeled. A couple things to look on in here. I'm on the black side for the labels just because this is the wires if you don't have the control board one here. So if you don't have the C and you actually need that adapter, you're going to be using these down here. I have these up here. I'm not using all of them, obviously. I'm just matching them to what it says here, like Y1, W1, right? Well, there's a Y2 and a W2 here also. So those will be different. Just make sure that you label those correctly. Now, once I have all that on, I can actually take this screen off now. Alright, now that the other adapter is off of this, I'm actually going to use the faceplate. If you don't want to, that's where you might be a little bit more concerned with what's painted underneath this. Our house was built in 1990. The previous owners have painted a handful of times. You can actually see where they had another unit before they put this current unit in, because they've patched the wall here. But because this is so large, it's actually going to cover the white here, so I don't have to mess with painting, which is really, really cool. Because matching this might be a problem, just because I don't know if we have the old paints that I used on this in the garage. Now, if you don't want to use this faceplate, that's where it might be an issue. But with this faceplate, cord's going to slide through here and through here. I want to make sure that this is level. I'll mark where I'm going to drill in the holes and set this. So let's go ahead and get that done now. And then once you have it set, we're actually just going to fill that in. And then remove all of this. And now we can get this set to the wall. Alright, so now that we have those holes drilled, we're actually just going to set our wall anchors in here. Alright, so now the fun part starts, because you're going to take the corresponding wire and you're going to plug it in to the corresponding port. So, you want to make sure that all these are organized and that everything can reach where it needs to go. So, C goes to C, and they plug in from the side here, not the top. As you plug that in, it'll actually click that into place. You want to make sure that it's nice and snug in there, okay? And then if you have R, right, it's not going to go into RH. A lot of people make the mistake where they plug it over here and then it doesn't work. You want to make sure you plug it into RC over here. Plugs in, nice and secure. And it tells you the difference, because I have Y1. There's Y1 and Y2 on this, so I have to make sure that I plug that into Y1. Make sure it's nice and secure in there. Good. You do a final check just to make sure that they're not loose in that and they're actually very, very secure in there. Once you have this, you're actually good to go. You can now plug your Ecobee on top of this, making sure that these wires aren't going to get caught or anything like that. So, moment of truth. Well, technically it's not going to turn on actually just yet because I haven't turned on the unit. Now, we'll hook this on. It plugs in just like that. So now is the moment of truth, because we're actually going to go turn back our HVAC system on and see if this thing powers on. So let's click over to that. Just turned it on, and it's actually starting up right now. It says, please give me a moment while I stretch my wings. And it'll go through this whole setup process now, but this is good to go. Now, if those wires were mixed up, for instance, I've seen a video where the lady accidentally plugged it in, the red cord onto the other side, it wouldn't turn on. So if you don't have this configured right, typically it won't turn on. So if you're having problems with that, go back to your cords and look through that again and make sure that everything's lined out how it should be. So this is getting set up now. We'll go ahead and cut to when I have all of this configured, because it's a whole setup process. You're going to have to make sure that you have the app. If you're going to use Alexa, you're going to have to make sure that you have it paired in the Alexa app and that it has access to your Amazon account so that it can sync all of those things. And then you're actually going to have to enable within the skills section of the Amazon Alexa app, you're going to have to allow Alexa to have access to the Ecobee, so you can do voice commands. For instance, Alexa, turn the temperature down 2 degrees. It will allow you to do that from here. So we'll go ahead and cut now, and I'm going to show you guys once this is actually all set up and Alexa's up and running and good to go. So I actually wanted to show something on the setup side. So when you plug it in, it says, let's get this set up. It asks you if you have one or just two of the R cords or wires plugged in. So whether you have just the red, which is going to be RC, or if you have two, which is going to be the RC and the RH here. This is important though, because you have to make sure that your setup is correct. It's actually duplicated from what you plugged in to this. So mine actually showed up and it wasn't, so I had to go back and make sure that those wires were very, very secure. Is this correct? Yes. I have no accessory stuff installed. Let's do Fahrenheit. I have a furnace. How do you want to be controlled? By the Ecobee. And then this to me is my main floor, right? Because I don't think I have an upstairs, and then I have this one. So main floor. And then now we can actually do the setup here, which I'm going to select a Wi-Fi network and then do all of the plug-in with this. But hopefully that helps anybody that's having a little bit of trouble with that. Alright, so the Wi-Fi is set up. Right now we have it on heat. And we're going to set this to 72. During the summer, let's say we're going to be 70. It'll give you a temperature range. This is the Enable Smart Home and Away in the US. Center, it's 1011 here. This is where you need to make sure that you actually have the app. And then it gives you a code so you can actually register your app with this. So because I have the Ecobee upstairs, you need to make sure that when you get this code that you're actually going to go to the Ecobee website and sign in or log into your account so that you can actually register this second thermostat, because it's not just going to show up in your app is what I found out. So then we actually are able to then load this from there, because I have to use, like I said, the app in order to do that. And now it's going to add that for me here. And then in the app it'll actually show up. So now that I have these both registered, I have main floor and upstairs. So that worked out. We are finished. And then now...
Hello.
I'm going to go ahead and actually peel this off now so we can get that looking a lot cleaner. One of the things that you need to do after it's all set up like this is if you do have Alexa, like I said, you're going to have to enable some of her skills.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Because otherwise she ends up doing that. So if I say, for instance, right now, Alexa, turn the temperature down 2 degrees.
I'm not quite sure what went wrong.
She's not going to know that skill yet, so you actually have to go into the Alexa app and enable that skill within the app so that she'll do this. Now the cool thing is, though, she'll play music from right here, and it can be very, very loud. Alexa, play Baba O'Reilly from The Who.
Baba O'Reilly by The Who.
Alexa, volume 10. Alexa, volume 5. Alexa, stop playing. So she will actually control the volume. If you enable the skill, you'll be able to control the actual thermostat itself. And it gets pretty loud, which I'm going to showcase here in a second. The one upstairs I can actually hear all the way downstairs in my kitchen when it's on full blast and the music is actually going. So very, very cool. And she'll do a lot of her other functions as well. Another cool thing is you can ask just what the weather is. Alexa, what's the current weather?
Currently, in Broken Arrow, it's 43 degrees with cloudy skies. Today, you can expect snowy, rainy weather, with a high of 53 degrees and a low of 18 degrees.
So, very, very cool with the Alexa in there. Some of the other things that you can do with this, because I can actually just check the weather from here. I can actually go in here and I can schedule things. I don't have the sensor set up down here. I do have it for upstairs. It'll let you know what that is. Comfort settings, vacation, reminders, different settings in here. So you can actually change date and time, your heating ranges that you like, screen brightness for when it's active and when it's not, right? So if it's a standby screen, it's not going to be as bright. So a lot of different things that you can toy around with this. So, but let's go ahead and, I haven't seen any other videos where people are actually testing out how loud this thing gets. So let's go ahead and test that out a little bit and just give you somewhat of a peace of mind as far as how well this is going to project with the volume. Obviously it's a little bit harder just because this is video and you're not inside my house and you don't know quite the square footage and all of that and what the exact distance is, but I'll give you kind of a range with that. Alright, so let's go ahead and try this out. Alexa, play Baba O'Reilly from The Who.
Baba O'Reilly by The Who.
Alexa, volume 10. So, it's right there. You can hear it all the way in the corner. We're going to do another cut to another room. Alright, so now we're on the opposite side in the dining room. You can still hear it. Alright, so now we're in the living room. You can still hear it. You can actually hear it all downstairs, right? So let's cut to the kitchen too, which kind of has some walls in between it. Alright, so now I'm in my kitchen, which is a wall between the thermostat and where I'm at now. You can still hear it pretty good. So I could play this downstairs, so I can listen to music down here without messing with a speaker or anything like that. It's built right into the thermostat, which is pretty freaking cool if you think about it. So I'm going to go ahead and give just some final thoughts on my experience so far with the Alexa, the Ecobee 4 here. So I'm going to cut to that now. Alright, so last final thoughts on the product, kind of an overview of what I've experienced so far with it. We've only had this thing for a week. Had the one upstairs one for a week. We've had the one downstairs now for a couple days, and liking it so far. I'm more kind of on the nerdy tech side of things, and I want to slowly upgrade everything in my house to the smart home technology. So this to me is definitely worth it, but at $250 that might be a steep price point for some people that aren't really wanting to shell out that type of money for something that they might not necessarily use a ton of. So far we've definitely been enjoying Alexa with the Ecobee, calling out, just telling her to, hey, turn down the temperature a couple degrees. I'm in the dining room right now. The couch is right over here to my left, and it's about a good 15 feet away from Alexa, and I can just kind of call out for her to turn the temperature down, and she does, which is really, really cool. Obviously you can mess with it in the app, but if I don't have my phone on me, it's nice to just be able to call that out. We check the weather with it, we've played music off of it, we've set timers for my son to do his homework off of it, so that built-in capability is really, really cool. The only thing I have noticed though, is on the one down here, and I did send the company an email, is it's rumbling. Kind of sounds like the speaker's going out, and I don't know if that's just something to do with maybe the default on the product itself, or something that I've done. I'm going to wait to hear back from them to see if it's something that maybe I need to adjust something or whatever it may be. And it does it at a low or high volume setting. So we've been tinkering with it to try and figure it out, but it just sounds like the speaker's maybe going out. So I don't know with that. But other than that, I haven't had any problems with it. Granted, we've only had it the 1 week. But like I said, I really, really do do enjoy this product. I'm probably going to do an update video in a couple months to see like just the difference between the first couple weeks to the first handful of months where we've actually had more time to play around with it and tinker with it. I do like the extra sensor. That's awesome to be able to monitor different cold spots in the house, which is really, really nice. Messing with the app is awesome. All the different kind of things that it gives you, home, away, programming that you're on vacation, setting different times of day. Now you do have to set all of that where the Nest actually learns your behavior, but it's not a tedious thing to do. You do it the one time and you're good to go. I do like that they kind of tout on the back of the box here an average of 23% annual savings on your heating and cooling costs, and they kind of say that's if you're setting it to 72 degrees and monitoring all that. So it does give you a little bit of that control in terms of, hey, I'm going to try and tweak all of my settings, whether that's, like I said, from the app or on the actual device, to make sure that everything's comfortable, but also to save a little bit of money with this. So the install, as you see, isn't horrible. Luckily I have the C-wire, so that made it a lot easier. But really, really happy with this. Like I've said though, if you're not on the kind of the tech side, $250 is a steep price point. If you wait though, a lot of times you'll find savings. I actually got both of these for $200 a piece. I didn't pay the $250. But like I said, you got to look for those sales. And if you do wait, I mean, in a couple years, there's going to be more of these things out. There's going to be newer versions. That's one of those things that you have to weigh also. These are just going to get cheaper over time. But to me, slowly upgrading all of the house to things that have the smart technology in it. It does work with the Apple HomeKit. It works with the If This Then That app, which I use for a lot of my business stuff. And it works with smart things. So definitely recommend this. I'm going to put a link in the description box if you guys want to check on Amazon to see if there's any sales with this. And if I hear back from Ecobee about what's going on with the speaker, and it's something that I think is very, very important for everybody else to know, I'll probably make another video of that. If not, it probably just resolved itself. So keep everybody posted on that. So try it out. Try it out for yourself. Like I said, if you're really on the tech side and you're looking to upgrade your home to a smart home, I definitely recommend the Ecobee, especially because none of the other ones that I've seen have Alexa in it, and it's really useful to be able to use a lot of that voice technology. And she's just going to get better and better and better over time with a lot of things that she can do, which is going to be more exciting to see how that kind of evolves over the next couple of years with other things that we get in the house as well. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with any of the other videos that I do, which are typically more gaming, this one's kind of a little bit of a stretch for me. We got this and I was just wanting to put out a video, do something a little bit different, just because, like I said, we're upgrading the house and I want to show that process for anybody else that's thinking about doing that. And anyways, you can follow along with the gaming videos, the book stuff that I do, or hopefully getting more into the install stuff and the tech stuff for the smart home as well. So that concludes this video, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching. And if you do get the Ecobee, let me know in the comment section whether or not you like it, if you have any problems with it, what you do like about it, what you don't like about it. If you have a Nest and there's some other things that you see with that that are better, let me know. Thanks for watching, guys.